Okay, so we're first going to start about the community that I have also been a part of. It's Grey's Anatomy. It's a new show that it's not really new, but it's a show that I've recently started watching. So my community is Grey's Anatomy, and it's called Grey's ABC. I started it in January of 2013, 2014 actually. Sorry about that. Just a little screenshot of it. So, Grey's Anatomy and the Grey's ABC is geared for fans of the show, Grey's Anatomy. They create a place where fans can openly discuss the show. It's a place where they can learn insight on the cast and set. Grey's is a medical drama television show. It premieres on ABC on Thursday nights. It's currently on its 10th season, and its main focus is to follow the lives of surgeons during the residency program at Seattle Grey's Hospital. It really follows the life of Meredith Grey. It's where they kind of get the name Grey's Anatomy, and her journey through from her intern year to her residency during the Seattle, while she's at Seattle Grey's Hospital, which actually ends up changing its name twice. Shonda Rhimes is the series creator, and the show's first aired in March of 2005. We're going to talk a little more about the social followers of the community. The social followers discuss the latest episodes of Grey's Anatomy as they talk about what is coming next for the show, using any type of social media outlet that Grey's ABC puts up for them. They discuss issues that have occurred on the shows and write comments under certain pictures, quotes, or information. The community addresses concerns that fans have because the fans are truly the consumers. ABC is where the show is aired, so Grey's ABC has to both appeal and appease its followers within the community. They create different pages as well as social media outlets to reach out to a larger community. Because ABC is the place where the show broadcasts, Grey's ABC's really does play a different role in the community rather than other communities that just create fan sites for the show. ABC is actually the main place that hosts the show Grey's Anatomy. The goal of Grey's ABC is to increase the population of their community. It's to get more fans to engage in the show and discuss the show. Fans are a huge deal when it comes to the show. Some would say they make or break a show. They are the heart that lies beneath the show, and Grey's ABC is trying to create exposure. They want to make fans fall in love with Grey's Anatomy, and they want fans to connect the character to the show. Basically, when you think about it, fans, I feel, are the huge influence that come with a lot of these shows. Sometimes when a show gets canceled or a character dies, sometimes if you get enough fandom and enough fan review and comments to the creators, they'll end up bringing a show back. The network will bring a show back depending on its fans. So I think fans are really important, and Grey's ABC is trying to reach out to them. Fans always have concerns about shows, and since Grey's Anatomy is a show, any follower of the community that has an issue usually has an issue involving the show. Certain issues raised with certain characters of death. So certain people have died on Grey's Anatomy. A lot of characters actually, and certain people will complain about certain deaths. They'll post it on different boards, links. Other things is the show adds new characters as more characters leave, and there have been certain topics and debates on them. Twitter, for instance, discussed about one of the characters and how they are not relating her to a character in the past. There's also an ultimate battle between the new and old group of the Grey's Anatomy cast. When the show first started, the first 3-4 seasons have all different characters. Yeah, they still have some of the main characters today in the newer versions of the show, 10, 9, and 8, but there really was a difference between the old cast and the new cast today. Each follower will continue to post to Twitter about any issues entailing Grey's Anatomy. Grey's ABC tries to focus on giving out insightful information, any type of information that could address these concerns or create questions and answers with cast members so that fans can get better connected with the cast. I know on Twitter, Grey's ABC actually allows a question and answer with some of the cast members, just, so people can get really connected and ask certain questions, any kind of questions to cast members. The members in the community are interested in knowing everything they can about the show. Members want to feel like they have access to behind the scenes footage. They want to be able to see spoiler alerts and photos of cast members, sometimes outside of their element. Members are looking for information about the next episode of the show, as well as information from the cast. Members also look to reminisce about past episodes and heartfelt scenes that occurred in the past. They hope that the community creates a place for them to completely feel as though they are a part of the Grey's family. This talks about one of the sites and communities that Grey's ABC uses. There are different ways to find the community. However, with shows, there are many different communities that involve one show. This community in particular is a little more complicated. The show currently airs on ABC. However, it is not the only show to do so. Therefore, it's necessary to be specific when searching for the show. An example would be when going to Google search, you have to be specific. You have to type in Grey's Anatomy ABC into the Google search, and you'll be taken to the official site of ABC Grey's Anatomy. This site has clips, past episodes, certain sneak peeks, as well as a little cast background. With going more in depth with the site, you will be able to see blog posts as well as some trivia. The posts will sometimes give you news about upcoming things or just have past scenes. Another thing included in this website is a photo gallery of all different kinds of pictures. On the right hand side, here's one of the pages of the site. It has featured posts on it. It has latest blogs, Grey's Anatomy blogs. Some of them actually have sneak previews of the new episode for this for the mid-season premiere. Here's just what the website kind of looks like a little bit. This is more so what the cover page looks like. It has the Grey's Anatomy sneak previews. It tells you because it's coming back actually, and it's going to be 12 weeks straight. Some more information about it. Awesome. I can actually show you the page. This is kind of what the page really looks like. Latest episodes, clips about the show. It gives you some cast insight. You can actually click on those, and they talk to you a little bit about the cast and the characters that play it. Over here in this menu bar, it also shows you the whole certain episodes, video clips, news and cast, things about the show, photos. There's also some trivia in there, which is actually pretty fun. Really get fans to see if you really are a true fan of Grey's. They have all these different kinds of quizzes, which is interesting to see. One thing I did, however, find is how to use the What the Trend. It's the http whatthetrend.com. When typing in Grey's Anatomy to search using the site, the first to pop up was the question, why is Grey's popular right now? It then continued to show related news about the show as well as related tweets. So if you look on the right-hand side, it shows you a little bit about that. This is the What the Trend website, and over here is where I typed in Grey's Anatomy, and here is a little bit of the stuff. The related tweets are still loading, but it gives you all these related news about it. The Grey's Anatomy cliffhangers. One of the members of the show will talk about Grey's Anatomy explosive return. So that's just a little thing on the side if you want to be a part of another Grey's Anatomy community. If you want to be a part of the Grey's Anatomy community, certain things that you can do. You can also retweet there's a new episode of Grey's Anatomy on tonight. You can retweet that and get a following from that. Facebook is a social media outlet used by Grey's ABCs. It uses different social media platforms other than the official website. When looking to Facebook to find Grey's ABC, you will not find a web page for it. You will, however, have to type in Grey's Anatomy. When you do type in Grey's ABC, it'll show you a link for Grey's Anatomy, Grey's ABC on Twitter. You can, however, once you type Grey's Anatomy into the Facebook search, it will come up with a Facebook page. This is where people will post comments about videos that have been published to the page. It is also a place where you can find photos and links to other social media platforms. The Grey's Anatomy Facebook has a lot of likes, as you can see down here, and a lot of people talking about it. And that was just a little bit of information that the page actually shows you. At the bottom right hand screen is a little bit of what the page kind of looks like. Here's also what the page looks like, a little front cover of it. If you can also see, it shows you links also to different photos at Grey's ABC, which is the Twitter account, the Instagram, as well as Pinterest. Another bit look of the page. What's interesting here is this is the Grey's Anatomy Facebook page. Now, one of the things on the wall is that it was thanking the fans and it allowed them to be in charge of selecting the official artwork for the season. It was told you to pick your favorite of the 6 in the album, and that's really interesting because it really does engage the fans. And as you can see, the pictures down here, they actually kind of went with the one on the right more so, and it's really interesting to see that they're really engaging the fans and thinking this is one of their way of thanking them. So it's really getting the community of Grey's Anatomy involved here. And I'll just give you another look at that Facebook page as well. This is really what the official Facebook page looks like. Just going to scroll down for you, some little things. This, for instance, is a YouTube video that's posted on the wall of Grey's Anatomy, and it's really an official trailer of what's to come for the start of the next season. And that's just something interesting to look at. If you want to go to the Facebook page of Grey's Anatomy, you can see what some of that. And here you have just people making comments about it, different issues. They write if they've heard something about the season and what's to come, they'll post it. They'll give you behind the scenes stuff. So that's really interesting to be a part of as well. Twitter is another one. It's another type of Grey's Anatomy into your, you type Grey's Anatomy ABC into your Twitter search and you can be following Grey's. At Grey's ABC, you will see the different tweets about Grey's Anatomy as well as the cast. Members of the feed can retweet as well as tweet a certain message using Twitter. That's kind of just a little bit of what the page looks like. Here's another slide of what the page actually looks like, the Grey's Anatomy front screen of it. And it also gives you lists about characters that you can follow as well as following the cast and crew of Grey's Anatomy. It actually has a lot of tweets, tons of followers, and a lot of people following. Instagram is the next social media platform used. It's found when typing Grey's ABC into the search. The Instagram account can also be seen as the Grey's Anatomy official handbook. And by being a part of the social network, you are able to see pictures and some videos of the cast, behind the scenes images of the set, as well as some of our favorite quotes and moments. Here are just some pictures behind the scenes. This is one of the official pages of it looks like. Pinterest is an interesting social media platform involving the show. It has many different boards involving Grey's Anatomy. However, this is the official site that I found using Facebook. The boards involve quotes, moments, a Let's Go Back board, and others. Each of the boards who were able to create comments, discussions, and make comments underneath the pictures. Here are just some of the pictures from some of the boards. This is what it kind of looks like. It seems to me that Twitter, the official website of Grey's Anatomy, is the most popular social media platform. I find it surprising that there are so many different social media platforms involving the show. Instagram alone has a few different communities involving Grey's Anatomy aside from Grey's ABC. I also found that you really can't access so much information about the show by using each of these platforms. By being a part of these platforms, however, I feel as though I am more engaged with the show and feel connected with certain characters as well as moments. It didn't surprise me, though, about how popular the show is already and how much the show is continuing to grow. I would say the main contributors of the community would be ABC. With their help, they created an official website for the show. It helped to create exposure and engage more fans. ABC helped to get the ball rolling on other social media platforms that continued to be created for Grey's. I would, however, include some of the cast members and crew as some of the critics. They continued to keep information updated and engage in questions and answers, as well as post pictures of themselves behind the scenes. Some of the cast members could also be seen as contributors, while other fans can be seen as critics. Grey's Anatomy, the community surrounding the show Grey's will only continue to grow as more social media platforms continue to emerge. Grey's ABC just helps the whole fan base of Grey's Anatomy. It helps to get out more information and continues to feed fans information daily. The community is resourceful and will continue to be popular amongst its true fans whether the show is still on the air or not. I conclude that the community Grey's ABC is extremely popular amongst the social community and will continue to be so. Grey's Anatomy will come back from its mid-season hiatus on Thursday, February 27th. And here's a nice little final collage of Grey's Anatomy, and that is my community.